All right, Riley. So I'm going to try to video as much of this session as I can. I have a mic on, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me pretty clearly. It took me a good long while to catch your horse. So that tells me a little bit about, like, she's not a super confident horse. And again, maybe I'm making assumptions because I don't really know your horse. But just she seems kind of herd sour, like she's really reliant on the other horses to keep her confident. So as far as ground manners go, the very first thing I want to work on is just getting this horse's confidence up. I believe in doing a whole lot of stuff off the line. Right now I'm just kind of letting her run around me, do what she feels like she needs to do. But my goal for today is just to be able to approach her and put a halter on her and lead her around a little bit. That doesn't seem like much, but it's a really good start for getting her more confident on the ground. So hopefully with where my camera's set up, you're going to be able to see the method I'm going to use, which is just going to be approach and retreat. When my husband has started a lot of wild Mustangs that have never been touched, it's a process we use that's really slow. But by the time you're able to do that correctly, you can put a halter on them and ride them, and everything becomes easier when you let it be the horse's decision to be touched. So all I'm going to do, and again, she's very distracted right now, worried about the other horses, but I'm just going to try to create a draw to where she's drawn to following me, she's drawn to being with me. But I'm not going to run her around in circles because this horse seems like she probably gets elevated pretty easily, and that's not what I want to do. I don't want to stress her out. So I'm going to approach her at an angle. I'm not just going to walk straight up to her. And then when she turns and faces me, I'm going to kind of walk away. So right now she's kind of behind me, but she's not really paying attention to me. Okay? And I'm just going to keep doing this. And essentially what I'm trying to do is stop her forward motion, but I'm not making it to where I'm forcing her to stop. Okay? So right here, I'm going to turn, walk away from her. So I'm showing her that just because I put pressure on her there's a little draw coming off the rail. And it's okay if she immediately leaves and cares more about her buddies. All I'm trying to do is establish that I'm not in here to run her around and chase her. I'm just trying to create a little bit of a draw, okay? Because what you'll notice too is sometimes with horses, there you go. So you can't see it, we're off camera, but she just reached down and sniffed my arm, and then I walked away. So it pulled her off the rail. Okay, we're gonna establish this draw. In the natural horsemanship world, you've probably seen where you run them real hard, you stop them and teach them to face up. But I don't want to run this horse, especially because the footing in here is hard. There we go. There's a draw. There's a draw. So now she's actually tracking behind me more intentionally. So I'm showing her, I'm not in here. There we go. Okay. She's probably going to leave, and that's okay. The point of this, and I'm going to let her pass me, there. The point of this is that she's learning that I'm not just trying to catch her or run her around. All right, so she's going to leave again. My baby's in a playpen outside the round pen, so she's curious about that sound. So now I'm going to take that same approach. She walks off, that's fine. And I'm just going to see if I can create a draw. Like right here, bringing her with me. Okay. And this doesn't seem like much, but when you've got a kind of a herd sour horse, or a horse that doesn't have a lot of confidence, this is huge. If you can create that draw, and also where the horse becomes easier to catch, because that's really important. That she's easy to catch and not worried about what's going to happen. So see how I'm just kind of traveling into her path, and then I'm going to walk off. And now she's pulling herself off the rail, and she's following behind me. But I'm not forcing her to follow me, and I'm not going to force her to stay with me. Okay, so I'm going to turn. It's up to her. There, she's coming with me a little bit. So all I'm trying to do here is improve this horse's confidence, and I'm not just trying to grab her. And I'm not trying to control every step that she takes, because she's not at that point yet. Okay, so I'm going to travel into her path again, and I hate that I'm off camera when I do this, but I travel into her path and then I walk away. And this is how I'm creating that draw. And you'll notice that my hands are in my pockets. I try to be as nonchalant as possible. Okay, now if she gets kind of close to me, I let her go. See if I can pull her back off the rail. Okay. So, because I haven't met you or really talked to you, I'm not really sure what you consider this horse's issues are, or if you think she has any at all, or whatever that may be. But the very first thing I look for is, will this horse stick to me and be quiet about it? There we go. Good. There. So what we're establishing here is that, I'm her buddy. She doesn't need to worry about her pasture mates. Good. Now I'm going to try to walk to the camera. Let's see if she'll stick. She's wandering a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to stop. She might wander, and that's all right. But one thing I don't want is for her butt to stop by me, okay? So I'll stop this video so they're not too long, and I'll show you some other stuff.